Hello wrestling fans and welcome back to Tweet Wrestling, the world of retro wrestling, and here we take a look at the then, now and forever WWE Wrestling sticker album from the year 2016. Well, seeing as we're always digging up that retro content here at Tweet Wrestling, I thought let's add this sticker album. Made by Topps for the WWE, going to feature some legends, that's for sure, and surprisingly some wrestlers you probably forgot about in the last 8 years or so. If you could, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Tweet Wrestling, the world of retro wrestling. Let's take a look inside. Of course, John Cena's going to lead the way. He was the main man back then. You're going to see some champions, future champions, looking back from way back when. Legends, Hall of Famers, Divas, whatever you call it, female wrestlers. And it kind of mixes up everything with the old and the new. Personally, I'd have added a few more older wrestlers, older guys, whatever you want to call it. But hey, let's have a look through, see what we got. So I'm liking the logos, your Raw, SmackDown, NXT and WWE. Let's get down to business and have a look what we've got. Brock Lesnar, first page. Bit of shit going down at the minute, safe to say that, but I think Brock Lesnar will be back. On the right hand side, Neville, now back in AEW, and he has been taking that league there by storm. Left hand side is the New Day. I like these shiny stickers, what they're doing here. They really pop out and really draw your eye to that individual sticker. On the right hand side you got the Dudley Boys. Quite a good thing that they've done two tag teams together. Next page, Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. This is when he had his face painted and everything else. It must have taken ages to do that, but hey, tag team champion. The guy's doing pretty well. Samoa Joe, wrestling legend of course. Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin. These two are still with WWE. I always think with Baron Corbin that he could go to the next level, but it hasn't quite happened yet. Be interesting to see what happens in the next 8 years for these two. John Cena, pretty much accepted in the WWE now as a legend, even though he's had his critics. And Seth Rollins, well, future Hollywood superstar by the looks of things. Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, you don't need to introduce these two. Cool stickers, I like the Superman punch there on Roman Reigns. And Dean Ambrose, well, in character, not as his John Moxley character in AEW. So, very much in character, some great pages. Next up are the Wyatt family. This is so hard to look at, but I love this shiny sticker here. I'm going to try and find this like loose and I'll put it on my Twitter account and share that one out. Next one to your right is Callisto. Just a hard look at that page, man. It's just so many that aren't with us and they should still be here, mate. Bret Hart and Edge. I like how they've gone old school with a Hitman. I mean, I suppose they couldn't really get a shot at Bret now, but you got the poses, the WWF belt. And it's legendary, isn't it? Edge on the right hand side. I would love to see one with Christian, but we didn't get a sticker of that there, did we? Sting, then Shawn Michaels, obviously Crow Sting. I think this is at the time where he's going up against The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Then on the right hand side you've got Shawn Michaels. There's a cool one of him giving sweet chin music to the British Bulldog. Some classic poses from HBK. Then a double page spread of the Divas. I'm surprised they were still calling female wrestlers Divas back in 2016. Charlotte, Bella Twins, Alicia Fox, Lana, Natalia. So many female wrestlers that are still with WWE and still putting in great performances. In fact, there's not too many that have left the scene in, 10 years with WWE. I think, next page again, we've got more Divas. Bailey, which is, well, she's growing in popularity. I just think that these female superstars in 30 years' time, people will be talking about them and saying, well, actually, these were the girls that broke the mould for the female division. And that's not taking it away from everyone who has stepped forward before then, but let's give them some credit. Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan, Hall of Famers, surely. Absolute bang-on legends. 20 years plus for Randy Orton with WWE. Daniel Bryan, he's been doing it at the same time. Two greats, Ryback and Dolph Ziggler. Well, when this was released, both were at the top of the game, doing really well with WWE. I don't think Ryback is doing too much now, and Dolph is kicking around in TNA. I'm sure they'll pop around again sometime in the future. Next up, memorable moments. So, just shots of old school wrestling. Chris Jericho, very easy for the publishers of this. Dig out the old shots, chuck them in the middle of the book. Everyone's happy. Your Ric Flairs and whoever else doing the bits and the moves, and traditional. Then, now, forever. Says what it is on the tin, eh? Some more of that. Some more of your wrestling legends in the middle. Some more of your poses. You got Brock there, Kevin Owens, Bret Hart, Warrior. Nice little addition to your middle of your book pages. Next, League of Nations, featuring your international superstars, Sheamus, Rusev, whoever else they could add in. Then on your right hand side you've got Kane. Obviously you're going to add Kane because damn right legit superstar of WWE, wasn't he? Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Kevin Owens just keeps getting better and better with time. I think he's like a fine wine. The more and more I see of him, he's just absolutely class. And Jericho doesn't need anything to go alongside that. The man's absolute professional. Dash and Dawson, Blake and Murphy. So Dash and Dawson is FTR in AEW, doing a great job of tag team wrestling. And to be fair, you can kind of forget about Blake and Murphy if you're not involved with wrestling as much. So sadly you don't hear too much of them two. Big Cass and Enzo Amore. These two had a great little thing going, and sadly you don't see it now. I think Enzo, something happened years ago and it didn't quite happen again. Maybe they'll revive it one day. I don't know. Who would want to see it back? That is a big question. It would work, surely. Eddie Guerrero and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, putting them two together, wow, man. I just don't have words to explain how good these two were individually, you know. Stone Cold, Eddie Guerrero, amazing. Then Razor Ramon, some classic shots of Razor. Then on the right hand side you got the Ultimate Warrior. So this is what I like about this book. It's got a touch of the old, touch of the new, and a touch of the whatever. So buying it back then, you didn't know what was going to happen in 8 years' time, and you've got superstar after superstar after superstar. The Usos, they were, I wouldn't say the headline in WrestleMania, but they had a great feud going on and made WrestleMania 40 that little bit extra special. Cesaro now at AEW, still in the wrestling industry. The Rock and The Undertaker. Wow. So good. The Rock's just right on fire at the minute, and The Undertaker, well, he'll never die. Them two there are Mount Rushmore of wrestling, surely, for anyone. Then, finishing off the book, you got the Slammy Awards and a few other little bits. So, there we are. We've had a look. We've had a look at the old school wrestling sticker book from 2016. So, that's it, wrestling fans. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Tweet Wrestling. Goodbye for now.